All right, sweet. So today we're going to talk about how to lose weight fast, right? The wedding's coming up. We got the bridal shower. We got everything rocking and rolling. And we really need to make sure that we can do everything to lose weight as fast as possible. Now, the first thing that we want to kind of keep in mind is that this is a temporary fix. It's not something that we can sustain for a long time. So we want to make sure that we go into this understanding like, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to lose weight as fast as possible. So I equate it to like you got like a bikini thing coming up. You have a wedding, you have a dress that you got to fit into. For me, it was like I had like a bodybuilding show that I had to get into. So you got to do as much as you can to lose weight as fast as possible. And this is also good to break some plateaus. So if you feel like you're stuck in a plateau, you've been losing weight and now you're kind of stuck there, this will also help get you out of there. So the first thing that I want to take a look at, there's two sides to the equation, right? There's energy in, which is nutrition, and there's energy out versus movement. You got to make a decision over what you can do. If you can maximize energy out and minimize energy in, creating huge margins, that's where you're going to get your wins. Now, the hard part is that most of us have jobs and responsibilities. So we're not like trainers like me that I can work out like 3 or 4, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours sometimes. We have like responsibilities that we can't do that stuff. So we want to see what we can do with the time constraints that we have. So the biggest impact would be the nutrition. The first thing I would do with nutrition, so like I'm saying that, okay, I got like 3 weeks to lose, I don't know, like 12 pounds. Can I do it? Yeah, sure. I could easily do it. First thing is I would drink a lot of water. I would drink as much water as humanly possible. I mean, I would just drink water, until I pee like I don't know how many times a day, because water is 0 calories and it fills you up, right? So you can stay hydrated, you're just gonna pee a lot. I'll probably cut back the water closer to dinner time, like right after dinner, so that I wouldn't be peeing throughout the whole night because that will wake me up. The second thing I would add that's kind of easy is that I would add caffeine, because caffeine works as an appetite suppressant. So you can add that when you think you're kind of starting to get hungry, and put the caffeine in like a Coke Zero or a coffee right before you're actually gonna eat. And what the caffeine will do, it's a stimulant. So it's essentially like you're running, right? You're running, but people run, they're generally not hungry, so your heart rate will go up, and then that will bring it will act as an appetite suppressant, which will keep you from eating, which obviously keeping you from eating makes you eat less calories. So that's the second thing we can do. The third thing is that we can add a ton of vegetables, because carrots, broccoli, celery, pickles, all you see is cucumbers, they're all essentially free. So we can eat as many as those, fill up our stomach, and we won't get any calories. If you get tired of the vegetables, then the second thing I will go to is I would add fruit. And I would add like big fruit, like apples, oranges, because those are big fruits that fill me up. And again, they're really low in calories. So now we're talking about like drink a lot of water, get some caffeine, a lot of fruits and vegetables. I can get by on that probably till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And this is like getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning. So we have that. And that's with food, right? So practices that you can do with the food is, again, eat slowly, right? Chew your food, because you're not going to eat that much. So you might as well enjoy it when you can. Eat mindfully, and then you want to stop, not when you're satisfied and past satisfied. If you're trying to lose weight aggressively, you want to eat till you're almost satisfied. So you want to wait and leave that space in your stomach so that your body knows like, hey, you're almost satisfied, but you're not going to be hungry. You're just going to be like, basically you're eating just like not to be hungry anymore, which again, you'll eat a lot less calories. And again, the name of the game is the problem with the calories and the exercise or the movement is that the calories are 5 times more powerful than the energy. So if you get the food down, then you really don't need that much movement. But if you can get both, then you go obviously super fast. The next one is log everything. Everything's got to be logged, and log on the weekends, log then on the nights, log drinks, log creamers. Don't eyeball anything, like, so everything's got to be logged. So I tend to eat a lot more packaged food when I'm trying to lose weight aggressively. So I'll eat a lot more like soups. like usually Progresso light soups, which are like 125 calories for the whole can. I'll eat those for dinner. I'll load it up with like broccoli. So then my dinner is only like maybe 200 calories. So I can get days of about between 6 and like 900 calories per day. Obviously, if I'm burning like 2,000 to like 3,000, I'm going to lose a pound probably like every 2 or 3 days. Like, remember, this is aggressive. It's not fun. Wife's not happy because I'm eating soup every day, but we're getting skinny. We're getting skinny. And ultimately that's what we're trying to shoot for in this little window. We want to get skinny. We want to get skinny like fast. So we log everything, especially on the weekends. Cause I find like, like when you get like those community things or like things that are kind of a little different and you're not exactly sure, that's where you can run into trouble. Like if you have some like guacamole or like you have something that you don't know, like hummus, for instance, and you're like, oh, hummus is healthy. I was like, yeah, but hummus is cooked in olive oil. So that might run you like 800 or 900 calories and you might not even be aware of that. So I wouldn't put anything in my mouth that I don't know the calories. Everything we have to know the exact calories. Find the holes, don't eyeball. If you can do that, you're always going to be in a good spot. The next thing I would do is I was like, okay, like I got that down. Next thing I would do is focus on my sleep, right? Because sleep disrupts your hormones. So you're talking about leptin and ghrelin kind of being all out of whack. And basically what that means is that when you don't sleep, the brain craves sugar, salt, and fat. And so if you find yourself like you don't sleep enough, like like 7.5 hours, then you're going to be like just going after those cravings. So you're going to have that insatiable appetite and you're going to go after things that don't feel, plus you're going to be irritable and you'll be tired. So it's less likely that you move more. So you're more likely to be lazy and tired when you're not sleeping enough. So I would definitely maximize my sleep. The next thing I would do is I would ask everyone I love, people that have eyeballs on me, I would ask them to hold me accountable. And not just because I know right now my wife, she's like, doesn't want to drink. And today, right now, we're going to go through this exact situation. She's like, I don't want to drink anymore. I was like, all right. So we're going to go to lunch and then she's going to want to drink. I'm going to be like, no, you said no. And then we're going to hopefully we won't have an altercation. Then it'll just be like, all right, like, and we listen, right? So in order to help facilitate that, I'm going to change the environment and we're not going to eat at the restaurant. We're going to bring the food home because there's no alcohol at the house. But again, if I want to lose weight fast, and I ask anybody who's around me, like spouse, kids, coworkers, supervisor, friends, anybody that's around me, hey, watch me. So make sure that I stay, because I got a goal that it's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I got to fit into this. So don't let me do that. No matter what I say, no matter what I say, and you got to be okay with however they respond. The next thing I would focus on is movement. So if I want to get to like lose weight fast, then I go minimum 10,000 steps, minimum. The more steps you can get, the faster you get there. And steps are easier because you can kind of do them during your day. You can find creative ways to increase the steps. But like, I'll give you an example. Like yesterday I had like 17,000 steps, right? It's a lot of steps. So calorie burn is really high. I ate very little. So my deficit is almost 2,000 calories. So do that every 2 days and you lose a pound of fat, which is fast, right? Because then anywhere between 1 to 2 pounds a week is really good. Half pound a week is really good. When you're getting to that 2+ pound a week, it's very aggressive, very fast, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're small, right? If something bigger, if you're a larger mass, it's going to be easier for you to lose a lot more weight, a lot more pounds, but the ratio is going to be the same. So if you're smaller, then you're not going to lose pounds as fast as somebody else, because weight, like pounds, it's a different ratio. The way I think about it is like, if you talk to Bill Gates, and I'll be like, $100 to me is a lot different than $100 to Bill Gates. So somebody who's bigger, the ratio is going to be a lot different. So you can't compare yourself to somebody who's lost like 30 pounds in 2 weeks, because they're probably going to be over that 200-pound range. I mean, that 300-pound range. It's going to be a lot bigger than you. So you want to compare yourself to you and how fast you can go. So if you're smaller, then 1 to 2 pounds is already pretty good. We want to get the steps up. You want to move as much as you can. So dance, fidget, everything you can to make yourself move. And then you want to exercise when you can. So if I'm trying to lose weight aggressively, then I'm exercising at least 1 to 2 times per day. Because right now, my mission, if I'm trying to lose weight that fast, my mission is to lose weight. That means I talk to the wife, hey, I'm going to be working out 2 hours a day. I talk to the puppy, or the puppy's coming with me. We're working out 2 hours a day. We're doing everything we can because it's all hands on deck, and it's a short-term fix. Because she's gonna leave me if I'm eating soup and running 10 miles every day. For sure she will. And anything that you do as far as exercise is good. The harder the exercise, the more calories you're gonna burn. So if you're running like on a Stairmaster, or if you're running, or if you're like, putting like the ankle weights on, anything that you do that's harder is gonna help you burn more calories. The other thing I want to stress is the mindset. So there's this thing called intermittent fasting, and the data of like, oh, does intermittent fasting help you lose weight faster? It doesn't. In like the control studies, it doesn't help you lose weight faster. You don't really improve your health that much. What I do like about it is the fact that it helps you show some restraint. And what I mean by show some restraint is that when you're hungry, hungry is a mood. You don't always have to eat. It's okay to be hungry. Sometimes you're going to be sad. Sometimes you're going to be angry. It's okay to be hungry sometimes. And if you can like stifle that monster, like, oh, I'm going to be hungry, and then just kind of wait it out, sit in that uncomfortable zone, then you get better at that muscle of just being hungry and being okay with it. Because I think of it like, well, if you're hungry some days, that's okay. There's a lot of days that we did it, that we went overboard anyway, that we were like way too much. So some days that you don't need that much, like it's gonna be all right. You're gonna be fine. And basically those are the 1, 2, 3, 4 areas that I move, the levers that I use for me to lose weight as fast as possible. And over the years, over the last like 19 years, and like, I don't know, hundreds of clients that I've had, that always works. It's not sustainable. Logging, like every single thing is hard. It's really hard. And a lot of people, most of us can't do it. And if we do it, like even the guys, like the people in my space that compete in shows, or we getting ready for a race or whatever, we can only do it for a set amount of times. Like right now I'm off. So I just eat slowly, mindfully, eat fruits and vegetables, drink water. And then when I try to lose weight, then I turn it on to get to my weight goal. Then I can just kind of play with that. So hopefully that helps. Any questions, just reach out. Yay. Oops, sorry. Let's stop the recording stopped.